Hello, and I'm back again. This is Scarlett's mommy, and I'm going to read you my first Christmas bedtime storybook by Disney. And this story is called Aurora's Homemade Holiday. And it looks really pretty, all the pictures. One snowy December day, Princess Aurora and Prince Philip went for a stroll. As they walked, Philip noticed the princess was unusually quiet. Is something the matter? He asked. My aunts and I used to love Christmas time, she said. The three fairies, Flora, Fiona, and Merryweather, had raised Aurora. Let's invite them for the holidays, Philip said. The next morning, Prince Philip sent an invitation to Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather before he and Samson left for a trip. Soon the good fairies arrived. Princess Aurora had a special request for them. You want Christmas exactly like the ones we shared at the cottage? Flora asked. That means we can't use magic. You better take out your wands, Fiona said to Aurora, but the wands were hard to catch. Shall we decorate? Aurora asked. She led the fairies to the baskets of evergreen garlands, ornaments, and bows. Aurora suggested that she and Flora put up the evergreen garlands while Fiona and Merryweather decorated the Christmas tree. After a busy morning, the last stocking was finally hung above the fireplace. Then Aurora and the fairies moved on to the kitchen. It was time to begin baking their Christmas treats. I can't wait until Philip tastes your special layer cake, Aurora said, and the rolls with jam inside. The next morning, over breakfast, Aurora, the good fairies, talked about a gift for Philip. I want to give him a homemade present, Aurora said. But what? How about a shirt? Flora suggested. But I don't know how to sew, the princess replied. Well, we'll show you how, Merryweather said. The fairies were excited to teach Aurora all about planning a homemade holiday gift. All morning, the fairies worked with Aurora, teaching her how to cut fabric and how to sew a shirt. Oh, dear, the princess said when she looked down at her sewing. This shirt isn't looking quite right. The fairies quickly set aside their own projects to help Aurora and Philip's shirt. When Aurora finished Philip's gift, the fairies helped her get ready. The prince would be home soon. The fairies made a crown of holly for the princess's hair. Next, they had to decide what she would wear. Flora suggested a red dress. Merryweather preferred a blue one. Then Fauna held up a beautiful purple gown. Aurora tried it on. The dress was perfect. The last thing Aurora had to do was wrap the prince's gift. Once again, she asked for the fairies' help. When they were finished, the princes placed the presents under the tree. That afternoon, Prince Philip arrived back at the castle. Close your eyes, the princess said with a sly grin, and don't open them until I tell you to. Aurora led Philip into the grand hall where Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather were waiting. Okay, now open your eyes, Aurora explained. Philip looked around. I've never seen preparations like these before, he said. Try a lemon tart, Aurora said. Philip took one bite and bit into it. Suddenly a strange look came over his face. Oh, dear, Fauna said, we forgot the sugar. Aurora handed Philip his gift. One more surprise, she said. A shirt, the prince explained after opening the box. Oh, dear, that's certainly not the right size, Aurora said. No, said Philip, but there's more here to love. Then he wrapped Aurora in a hug. So thankful for a homemade holiday. Aw, that was cute. And the next one is Cars, the Best Present Ever. So I'll be reading that one here in just a second. And it's going to be really cute too. I hope you all enjoyed this story. And again, it was my first Christmas storybook. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll be reading the next one here in just a few minutes. Have a blessed, wonderful Christmas. And if you're listening to my book while I'm reading it now and not at Christmas, enjoy it. And I hope that you have a blessed, wonderful day. God bless everyone.